everyone, this is Andrea. I'm going to introduce you to Socrative. It's an online assessment tool, and it's called, you can find it at Socrative.com. All you need is an email address and a password to log on. Once you log on and create an account, this is what your main page is going to look like. So Socrative you can use after lessons, during lessons, small group, with your students, as long as they have some type of smartphone or handheld device, iPad, tablet, Chromebook, they're able to take the quiz. I thought this was a pretty cool tool because you can use it in small group and whole group with students of all ages. So let's take a quick tour of Socrative. So this is the dashboard. This is where you can create quizzes. You can create exit quizzes. You can create quizzes where students can kind of race to see who finished first. You can create quick questions, one question quizzes, sort of like, do you understand how many planets did you just learn about in the solar system today? And you're able to start your own creation of a mini quiz for the end of the lesson to gauge students' understanding of the content. So that's what's on your dashboard. You're also able to see how many students are a part of your class. So, and we'll get to that part in a minute. And this is also your unique room number where you give students so that they can take your quizzes and your exit tickets. So that's the dashboard. Managing quizzes is the place where you can go to manage and import quizzes. You can create a quiz, you can look at past quizzes, you can look at your reports, because after each quiz, it takes the data and it breaks it down into a nice report that you can save versus printing out, so there's not a lot of paper wastage. I love this site because it is paperless, and you don't really have to go through the copy machine back and forth and printing things and deciphering students' handwriting. So I think it's a really cool site to use, especially when you're thinking about really pushing technology in your classes. And it's also a great site to use when you're doing professional developments with teachers and you're trying to gain their understanding of content that you're rolling out, or a presentation that was, just rolled out. So that's managing quizzes, and these are all the different ways you can manage those quizzes and reports. And you can also import, which is really cool because if you have a quiz that's created, you can also import it. If it's created already on Excel or Word doc, you can import it through Socrative website. And also you can, when you start to create quizzes, you get this very unique code where you can share your codes between colleagues, and you can import their quizzes also. So that's managing quiz. Live results, this tells you how many students have answered your question, and it tells you like a real time of students answering the question. So if you put out a question, hey, do you like Andrea? Yes or true, or Andrea's great, true or false, you can see how many kids answered true and how many kids answered false. You can also change your live results also show you multiple choice answered, how many students answered each one, the percentage of students that answered each one. We saw the true and false, and also short answer responses. So going back to the dashboard. So once you've created one of these cool quizzes, students are able to log on and they're able to look at all the quizzes. So we're going to go to My Quizzes. And so I started a quiz called Science All Over. So Science All Over is a quiz that I created, and so we can go back to the dashboard and we can look, we can go back to manage quizzes and we can look at my reports. So I created a couple of reports and they kind of duplicated themselves on here, and all I can do, I can just archive these reports so that that clears up the activities. And then I'm going to go back to the dashboard. I'm going to click the room number because I'm going to have my students take this test. Now, students are able to go on to Socrative.com and log in as a student. Once they get here, they can enter the teacher's room code, which is the code that's at the top of my webpage on the dashboard that I copied here. Students are able to log on and put in the code and join the room. Once they join the room, that's that true or false question. Do you think Andrew is a cool person? True. And they answer the question and it submits and it says you've completed the current activity waiting on the teacher. So once we come back here, I can go to live results of my quizzes. I know 100% of my students have taken the test, and 100% of my students have answered the test with the quiz 100% true. So let's look at another quiz that we can take. So we can go to Space Race. So Space Race is just like another quiz where you can create a quiz and you can have students answer multiple choice questions, and we can do science all over. Let's do science all over. You create the quiz and it's here under the name of the quiz will come up under your quiz that you created. So I created a quiz called Science All Over, and I want to have 2 teams in my classroom, and I want students to be able to select their teams, and let's give it a cool avatar like the unicorn. So I'm not going to hide students' right or wrong feedback. I'm just going to start this quiz, and so by me starting this quiz, this is what I'm going to see. Team Blue and Team Magenta, I'm going to see which student will finish the quiz to the end. So it's kind of like each team gets the questions, and it's sort of like a cool race that they get to do. So again, it's taking the dryness out of assessments and putting a little fun in it. And it's something that you can put up on the board and students can kind of monitor their progress. And so we're going to take this, the room code again. We're going to go to the student login. Of course, I put in the room code, and now I'm going to log in as a student. I'm going to get to select my team, Blue, and I'm going to start racing. So it says, what is the total number of bones in the human body? I'm going to put C, 206. I'm going to answer that question. It's correct. They gave me feedback. Okay, how many planets are in the solar system? I know there are 9, but let's say a student picks 6 and they submit the question. It's incorrect. How many planets are in the solar system? 9. Then you're going to click OK. And it's going to bring us to the end of the quiz, and you can make the questions longer. I just did this for demo purposes. And they will click log out. And you're able to look at the live results. So you know, students in Blue, they got through your test. If you want, you can, when you're ready, you can click finish. You can click view report, which it'll give you an Excel, an individual student report, a specific question PDF report. You can email it to yourself or have it downloaded. You can view it as a chart, which you can see how the students scored and what they selected. And so they had 100%. They completed a test, and there's the score. So you can also manage the quiz, and you can go back and you can look at your quizzes Science All Over. You can delete this, you can download it and print it out if you choose, or you can edit it. And you can actually duplicate it and change the questions, change some of the wording in the question if you choose to. So that's pretty much Socrative. It's a really straightforward program. Everything, it's very simple, self-explanatory. I kind of ran through it. I used it. I introduced this actually in a PD at my school, and the parents loved it. And so did the parents loved it because I used it for parent questioning. And the teachers loved it because they were saying how they're going to use it for their exit tickets in their class. So I hope you got a lot out of it. And that's the end of my cool tool. So hope that you guys can use more of it. Bye bye.